Hello students, welcome to Education 1301, Introduction to the Teaching Profession. My name is Shamim Arastu. I am your professor for the summer, and I am excited to share a little bit about the course. So this is the video for the course overview. You will find your course in D2L, also known as Brightspace, Desire to Learn, D2L, and this is where you can find everything related to the course. Okay, if you click on the course, I'm going to show you what it looks like. The first page you're going to see will have an area for announcements, and this is where I'll probably post weekly announcements or any updates. You want to be checking frequently. Daily check in the summer is best to make sure that you are able to get in that habit of checking and being on track with what's due and what's not. Okay, this here's the calendar. All the due dates for the summer course are here. They're listed. Okay, so you can put those things in your calendar ASAP. You can also set up reminders under your name. You're going to see notifications, and here is where you can, set up reminders for whatever it is you wish. You can set up, if you want daily, you can set up weekly, all right? And you can set up how you want those announcements. Do you want them through SMS? And which ones do you want? So assignments, folder due date or end date is 2 days away. You want just a reminder about 2 days before an assignment is due. You can choose right here, okay? So you have several options and you can pick and choose what you want. I would not pick everything. That's a lot of announcements. Be really strategic in what you want. Okay, but this is a good way, again, to keep yourself in check. All right, so we're going to go to content. So this course is broken down into modules. You will see. Here's a table of contents. Getting started, I have tips for acing your course based on research-based metacognitive strategies, and then I have the course broken into weeks. Here are some resources for everything education, and this is if you need tech support. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is go to Getting Started. Okay, under Getting Started, you're going to find the updated syllabus. Please read through the syllabus in detail. Okay. First page has general information on it, including the textbook that you will be needing. You only need the text for reading purposes. Okay. And then my contact information. When you download this, by the way, you would have to download this. When you download this, it'll fix the graphic. But my contact information and then information on joining the student organizations for educators is here. Okay. There's course description. These are your learning outcomes for the course. Okay, we're going to look at current issues influencing the field of education and teacher professional development. We'll analyze the culture of schooling in classrooms from the perspective of language, gender, socioeconomic, ethnic, and disability-based academic diversity and equity. All right. We'll provide examples from classroom observations and course activities that demonstrate understanding of educational pedagogy, professional responsibilities of teachers. We're going to evaluate your motivations, educational philosophies, and factors related to educational career decision making. We'll also recognize various multiple intelligences, learning styles in order to be able to implement instructional practices that meet the needs of all students. So how do we teach diverse learners? Okay. And then under the international course outcomes, we're going to be, because this is an international studies designated course, we are going to be meeting some global outcomes. All right. And then here you'll find a list of specific domains that relate to the competencies that you are responsible for when you get your teacher certification. So the first major exam that you're going to take when you take the certificate to become a teacher is going to cover these competencies. Okay, and that's why they're listed here. You're going to read Rustu's Essentials. What do you need to know to be successful in the course? Communicating with me, attendance, technology use, plagiarism, assignments, discussions, field experience, service learning, and then general policies. On page 13, which I'm scrolling down to, is how the course is graded. So this is what you're going to follow, and these are the assignments that you're going to be responsible for in this course, and this is their weight, and these are their due dates. And these will all be in the calendar, so you can jot down when they're due. Just keep, and then this is more in detail, the objectives and the assignments for each week. Okay, just keep in mind that this is tentative. Sometimes things change, but for the most part, we'll try to stick with the syllabus. Okay. Under getting started, the next thing you're going to want to look at, okay, is Field Experience 101. In this course, you are responsible for 16 hours of observations. Because of COVID and because this is a summer course, you may not be able to get into the ISDs. Most of the independent school districts are doing summer school, and they don't often let students observe face-to-face. So you have 3 options for completing those 16 hours this summer. The first option is what we call the TLEX modules. You can earn 8 hours if you complete all of the modules. The second option is choosing from a list of videos to complete your 16 hours. And you can watch all 16 hours of videos. You can mix and match between TLEX and video observations. That is going to be up to you. The third option is to observe in person in a school that is on our list of approved or permissible schools, or in an ISD. Okay, and there is a procedure that is involved in order to observe in any school. Most of the ones on the list, since they are, daycares or Montessori's, you would have to call the school and let them know that you want to observe for a summer class, and they may ask for a letter of proof or a syllabus showing that you are taking this class. They'll probably do a quick background check, and then you can go face-to-face to observe. Okay, so to review, you have 16 hours of field experience that you must complete in this course within a maximum 5.5 week period. And the 3 options you have are the TLEX modules, video observations, or in-person observations. You can use all of them, or you can just do all in person, or all video, or mix match. Okay, it's kind of a buffet there. So let me show you how you're going to keep track of all that. Okay, so here is the Field Experience Handbook. On page 16 of the handbook, you will find a list of schools that you are allowed to observe in. And this is a handbook. You definitely want to read through this. So this is all week 1. You've got a lot going on in week 1. Okay, these are the ISDs, but as I mentioned, the ISDs are most likely going to not allow our summer observations. But you can contact any of these other schools here that are on our list. And keep in mind, they have to be specific to that location. So Farmhouse Preschool, Cypress, it has to be the one in Cypress, even if there's another one in Tomball. Okay, you can call these schools to observe face-to-face if they are allowing it. Okay. If you are choosing the video observations, I have a list here, video observations list by week. Now this is broken down into many weeks. You are wanting to complete these within 5 weeks. So, basically if you do 4 hours each week, you'll be done. Okay, and you can just see there's a link, and that's the time frame for the video, a link and the time frame. Okay, and if you watch all of these, you're going to get 16 hours. All right, that's the second option. The third option is the TLEX. For this one, you need to, I give you directions. You would have to go to this website, create a user ID and password for free. They'll send you a confirmation email. Once you verify that, then you can go in and do these modules. And these are excellent because they're very practical. And just to give you an example, this is just one of them. You would watch the little videos, read, okay, go through the whole module, and at the end they give you an opportunity to practice the strategy that they taught you. And you can record yourself. You do not need to email me if they ask you to email the videos. If it's for your practice and learning purposes. So this is a very practical application. Okay, you can get a max of 8 hours doing all of these, and I give you the link here and the time frame. Okay, so that is Field Experience 101. For whichever option you choose, you do need to record either the school and get the teacher signature if you're observing face-to-face. So you would use Field Experience Log to record face-to-face observations. Okay, if you're observing 5 teachers, even if it's in the same day, you need to get, put all 5 teachers in here and get all 5 of their signatures. This is going to be submitted at the end of the semester into the Dropbox. This is also what your transfer institutions will look at. Okay. If you are using the video observations, you're going to record on this log sheet. And you can use this log sheet for the TLEX modules as well. You're going to put the link, the date, the topic, and the time, okay, that I have provided that you will earn for that video or that TLEX module. And regardless of which log you're using, or if you're using both, you need to have the total hours submitted at the bottom before you turn that in at the end of this session. Questions? All right. So once you've gone through the getting started, there is some initial paperwork that I'm going to ask you to do, especially if you might be observing in the schools. So please complete the initial paperwork document, submit that in the Dropbox, and that is also counting for one of your first grades. Okay. The next thing you want to do before you actually start the subject content material is go through these Moving with Metacognition series of brief metabursts and take the quiz. This information is extremely useful in explaining to you how the brain works best so that you can study efficiently, study smart, not, study for hours and hours and hours and hours if you don't need to. Okay? They're designed to help you understand how to retain information best. All right? And then you're going to move through to week 1. Each week is set up the following way. You will have a checklist for that week. That checklist is to help you make sure that you've completed everything that needs to be done for that week. Okay? And each week will have the PowerPoints for that week, the chapter and the quiz, the chapter and the quiz. The quiz is completely solely based on the material in the chapter. You will have a discussion board, and then you will have specific assignments that you need to go through. And that's for each week. It's going to be broken down in the same way. Okay, content, assignment, discussion, and there's your checklist. So that's a brief overview of how the course is set up. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll talk about specific assignments.